Hello, welcome to this video on vascular cognitive impairment and genetics explained. In this video, we will discuss vascular cognitive impairment, genetics, the link between vascular cognitive impairment and genetics, and resources. What is vascular cognitive impairment? Your brain, like the rest of your body, is kept alive by a network of blood vessels. Blood vessels bring nutrients and oxygen to the brain and get rid of the cell's waste. Blood vessels in the brain can get damaged. This phenomenon is called cerebrovascular disease. Cerebrovascular disease can cause brain injury. Brain injury can lead to cognitive impairment. For example, this can lead to challenges in memory, language, and attention. Vascular cognitive impairment can happen after a stroke, but not always. Strokes are not the only cause. Some risk factors for cognitive vascular impairment include aging, smoking, diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, and some heart conditions. Vascular cognitive impairment is not the same condition as Alzheimer's disease. However, these two conditions can overlap in several aspects. For example, they can cause similar symptoms and they can have the same genetic risk factors. Additionally, vascular cognitive impairment and Alzheimer's can be present at the same time. Vascular dementia represents 15 to 20% of the overall causes of dementia, and it is the most severe form of cognitive impairment. Therefore, vascular dementia is the second most common cause of dementia after Alzheimer's disease. Now, genetics, briefly explained. Every cell in your body contains an essential molecule called DNA. Your DNA code carries all the information needed to build proteins. Proteins are the building blocks of tissues and are essential for functions throughout the body. Your DNA code also influences your unique human traits. These traits can be as evident as eye color, or as subtle as your genetic risk to have a stroke. The DNA code varies from one person to another. Positions where there are differences are called DNA variants. These variants can be inherited from your parents, or they can be acquired spontaneously. Is there a link between genetics and vascular cognitive impairment? Yes, genetics contribute in part to the development of vascular cognitive impairment. Studies have shown that some DNA variants increase the risk of having vascular cognitive impairment. Certain variants can directly cause vascular cognitive impairment. For example, DNA variants in the NOX3 gene. Whereas other variants can influence the risk without being solely responsible. For example, variants in the ApoE gene. Research about the link between genetics and vascular cognitive impairment is still ongoing. What can you do? Ask your doctor how you can reduce your risk of vascular cognitive impairment. Consult these free resources to learn more about vascular cognitive impairment and genetics. Let's summarize. Vascular cognitive impairment is caused by damage to the blood vessels in the brain. Some risk factors for vascular cognitive impairment include aging, smoking, and heart failure, among others. And genetics can partially explain why some individuals develop vascular cognitive impairment. This video was made possible through support from the Alzheimer's Society of Canada and the vascular training platform VAST.